Are you thinking of moving to the Buda Kyle area but you're not quite sure which spot is right for you? Well, in today's video, we're checking out Crosswinds, a new construction community in Northeast Kyle, specifically looking at Highland Homes. We're gonna tour a couple of the homes, tell you about the incentives, and yeah, just kind of get a general feel for the neighborhood. We're gonna get after it right now. Hey, Daniel here, your local Austin real estate expert. If you're thinking of making a move to the greater Austin area, be sure to subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date on the latest real estate news. I do a lot of tours, a lot of different cities, San Marcos all the way up to Georgetown and everything in between. So I'm sure you're gonna find a bunch of videos that are definitely in the area you're looking at. You know, I was a band director for 10 years before I jumped into real estate, but honestly, a lot of the same values I've had as a teacher have transferred over really well into real estate. Honesty, effective communication, hard work, and really just helping other people is what I really enjoy about this job. So it doesn't matter if you're looking to move in 9 days or 90 days. You can give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, or schedule a Zoom call. I'd love to help you and your family find a great deal and a great home in the Austin area. So as we're touring through the model home, I'll talk a little bit about Crosswinds. Just so you're aware, the model home is the Dorchester floor plan. They don't have any of those available currently, but if you are really enjoying this floor plan of the model home, you can reach out. Highland is building a lot of new construction areas, from New Braunfels to San Marcos to Kyle, even Easton Park, Southeast Austin. So I'm sure we can find any floor plan you like relatively close to here. But where Crosswinds is, like I said, we're in the northeast corner of Kyle. We're about 30 minutes from downtown Austin, for those of you unfamiliar with the area, that's without traffic. And then an hour north of San Antonio, and about 15 minutes from San Marcos, where Texas State University is. As far as where we're placed inside of Kyle, it's a 5-minute drive over to I-35, the primary road. And then on that road, you're about 5 minutes from H-E-B, Costco, Evo Entertainment, which is a movie theater / arcade. They have a lot of stuff out here. They have Target, Walmart, Home Depot, Walgreens, CVS. I mean, really anything you would need, you're just 5 minutes away from. That being said, it is nice that you're not in the city, you know, where all the hustle and bustle is. It's really nice and quiet out here as you're walking through the streets. Crosswinds feeds into Lehman High School, Chapa Middle School, and Ralph Pfluger Elementary School. I encourage you, if you do have kids and you're interested in knowing those schools, you can go to greatschools.org or niche.org, and you can get some good info as far as the ratings for those schools. Tax rate here is 2.69%, that's including the MUD. It's pretty typical, I would say, for a new construction. Yesterday I toured a new neighborhood in Buda, and it was 3%, so it can definitely be higher than 2.69 for new construction. That's not too bad. And then the homeowners, the HOA fee, that's $575 per year. So whatever that is divided by 12, you know, it's roughly, let's say about $50 a month, which isn't too bad. So yeah, that kind of gives you a sense of the neighborhood we're in. Now we're gonna check out 2 of their homes. The first one's gonna be a 40-foot lot, and then the second one will be in one of their 50-foot lots. So I'll see you at the first one. So the first house we're checking out is their Lincoln floor plan. This is 2,455 square feet. It's a 4-bed, 3.5 bath, and this home is listed at $450,000. Let's go check it out. Kind of pan around so you can see we have an empty lot, so that will be built on. Not sure if it should be the same builder. And then see, we're kind of on a slope, so really nice view. We're kind of at the top of the hill here. Beautiful exterior with the all brick, and then this gray garage door. I like the light fixtures here too. It's nice. Pretty small front patio, not a ton of space here. Beautiful front door, and then we do have 8-foot tall doors, which looks great. Really helps when you have really tall ceilings, right? This is a very weird layout, I'm gonna say that right off the bat. So downstairs is pretty normal, but then going upstairs is weird. So we'll go upstairs at the end of this one. But going straight now, we kind of have this narrow walkway. Right, we have our half bath, great amount of natural light coming in here. And then the interesting tile design of the hexagon, pedestal sink, and then all the faucets in the bathrooms are just these single faucets. Looks very sleek. All of the black I like. They kept it with the hinges, the handles, the faucets, even the towel hangers. LVP flooring throughout, looks fantastic. Again, so you can see kind of the size of this. So main living area slash dining. Kitchen looks beautiful. So they have upgraded, I always forget the name of this guy, Kent Moore. Yeah, you can see it right here. So custom cabinets, very nice quality cabinets. I like that they went with a different stain of the white up top and then the walnut down below. Beautiful large kitchen island in the middle. It's a little odd to me that the range is separated from the oven microwave. Not a big deal per se, but if you're cooking a lot, maybe you need to go between both. Might be a little awkward walking that far of a distance. Ton of cabinet space throughout. This island really is quite large. Then we have our pantry. It's okay size. For how nice this kitchen is, I was expecting a bigger walk-in pantry, but it's still pretty good. Large single basin sink. I like that they went with the white finish. It fits well with this countertop that they chose. Massive window. Now obviously we'll have another house here, so it will just be the side of a house, but it's letting in quite a lot of natural light, which is great. And then just the luxury features of the built-in oven, built-in microwave, built-in range, so you have more storage underneath with the hood above, and then this really interesting hexagonal backsplash kind of fits in with the tile flooring we saw in that first bathroom. Utility room off of the kitchen, which is pretty weird. You usually don't see that. I like that we have natural light coming in though. And then we have a coat closet. This is where you're coming in most days from the garage. 2-car garage. Decent amount of space. You can always tell by the amount of space from the wall to the garage door is about a foot, foot and a half on either side, so not too bad. And then you have more extra space here. So decent, I would say 2+ size garage. And then we have tankless water heater that's gonna help you with keeping your water bill low. You have your water softener loop, irrigation system. Not too many electrical outlets. There's a couple over here and that's kind of it. No EV charger outlet or anything like that. Like that we have the plug in the ground here. It's great for if you have a couch that needs to be plugged in, you can just kind of do it hidden right there. They did a great job with the amount of natural light, not just in the main living area, but everywhere. And then even more space, I like that they added this in. So even more space, kind of a drinks area, however you want to use it. Cutting around here, this goes to the primary bedroom with the bay windows. No carpet downstairs. This looks really nice. I really love the bay windows. Nice little reading nook right there with plenty of space still for a king-size bed. Bathroom, interesting tile design they went with, still maintaining the same walnut cabinets and then the single black faucet. Separated sinks. Not a big fan of this. I think this looks cool, but I'm 6'1", that tub is not big enough for me. I would have preferred a slightly bigger shower and then just a linen closet here, but it's a nice look and some people really want a tub to soak in. So I like that we have natural light coming in. You definitely want to put some sort of film over that so it's not as see-through for your neighbors. But even with that, pretty good size shower, floor to ceiling with the tile. I wish this was a different design than what's on the floor. Personal preference, but that's just me. Closet space, pretty limited. So this would be very uncomfortable with 2 people standing in here. So not the biggest closet. And then toilet. Let's check out the back patio. I love that this is all window here. Again, just another way to get more light into the home. So decent sized back patio. I've seen bigger, I've seen smaller. This one's fine. Like that's a square, just makes it a little bit easier when you're putting furniture out here to kind of still have easy walkway. No gas outlet, unfortunately, so you still need a propane tank for your grill. And then I would probably extend this if I got this house. Just get a little bit more space and then decent sized backyard, not too big. Good amount of privacy with the height of the fence. A little annoying that they kept the grass on the side. I always prefer when they have rocks or something on the side, just so you don't have to maintain that. But yeah, not not too bad as far as the lot size. All right, let's check out upstairs. So, like I said, this is a very odd floor plan for me. Mainly, number one, the entrance of getting to the stairs, you have to go all the way to the front door just to get to the stairs. Typically, newer homes, they put kind of the staircase in the middle of the house, kind of leading to the living room. And then we have this long walkway. So again, kind of odd that we have to keep on walking here. This is just a linen closet. Okay, to the left, we have bedroom number 1. No ceiling fan, everything's carpeted. Pretty good closet space for our guest bedroom. And then our guest bathroom, very tight. So they did a Jack and Jill style bathroom here. And it just feels super tight. I like the flooring, I like the tile, I like that they kept the black fixtures throughout. Again, natural light in the bathroom, doing a great job with that. It's just super tight though. This is a very small room, so this would need to be for a small child, maybe a home office, but that's about it. So if you have a family, small children, this is kind of perfect where they share that bathroom. It's a very tight bathroom though, so adults are gonna not enjoy walking through that bathroom. And then this opens up to a landing up here, which is great. Overlooks living area. It just took a while to get here. But I like that they pushed this out. Perfect spot to put a TV, lots of space. You can put a massive TV there. I do wish, something Milestone does really well, is just having the cable, like having the inlet here and then at the bottom so you can just put the cables in. They haven't really given you anything here. So it's something that I really like that Milestone does. I wish Highland, maybe they offer that if you customize a home, but on this inventory home, they don't. And then here's the final bedroom, really odd bedroom, more of a rectangle than anything. But it does come with its own bathroom, which is really nice. Pretty good sized bathroom. Then you have your own linen closet and closet. So pretty decent amount of space, kind of an odd shaped bedroom. And then a couple odd doors. So we have the attic, but we don't have the HVAC system here. So this is purely for storage. You're not having to go in here to change the air filter or anything. And then just more space. A door purely for storing slash the big family, terrorizing the youngest, locking them in here is how I would probably see this being used. So very odd. Yeah, but extra storage is always a nice thing. But yeah, there you have it. That's the first one. Definitely a very odd floor plan for me. The flow of it's a little weird, especially coming upstairs. But let's go check out the second home on the tour and see how that one does. That one's 30,000 more, so we're gonna compare and contrast how it is compared to this house. I'll see you over there. So the final Highland home we're checking out is listed at $480,000, so 30,000 more. This is a 2,724 square foot home, still a 4-bed, 3.5 bath, 2-story, 2-car garage, and this is their Rodin floor plan. Pan around so you can kind of see where we are. A couple of streets over from where we just were, empty lot right there. But pretty well built out, very quiet out here, very peaceful. I like the garden that they put in here, that's really nice. Yeah, beautiful exterior to this home. I like the contrast of the black hardy plank to the white brick. And then we have this lighter gray garage door. Same light fixtures as we saw. And then very dark when we come into this vestibule. Love this door. Natural light coming in. All 8-foot doors throughout the first floor, including your entryway. Sorry, I'm just showing you there's a window all the way up there. So very, very tall, but then it narrows when we go under there. To the right, we have a mother-in-law suite. So this is perfect for if you have someone older living with you, they have their own space and a connected ensuite full bathroom. For me personally, I would use this probably as a home office, just to have that natural light looking out into the front road. You can see if solicitors are coming so I can shake my head at them. Here we have the utility room. Interesting tile design here. Very long shelving behind the door. Still LVP flooring throughout this one. Very similar. Now this is technically a study, right? We have the 8-foot, not French glass doors, but just 8-foot doors. This one's just kind of more boring to me. I probably wouldn't use this as a home office. It's so much darker with just a single window in here. But you can use this as really a flex space, however you want to use it. If you have kids, it's a nice play area for the kids. Could be your spouse's work office, craft area, however you see that fit to use that space. Okay, so now we have kind of a long hallway going to the garage, so mudroom area. It's weird they didn't put hooks here. Maybe they just haven't installed that yet. Maybe you have to install them yourself. Same tile design, which I kind of wish they switched up a little bit, but here's the half bath with the pedestal sink. And then there's just so many doors. And coat closet, and then linen closet. And we finally get to the 2-car garage. Pretty good amount of space. That's about 2 feet on either side of there. And then we have this right here. So pretty good amount of space for both cars to fit in here, and then extra storage over here to the side. Same things that the previous one had, where you have the irrigation system, and then the tankless water heater and the water softener loop. And now we open up to the primary living area. More of a traditional layout for your kitchen. So I will say the pantry is a little small. It does curve, but it's not as big as I was hoping for. But we have the built-in oven microwave, much closer to the built-in range, 5-burner range, like the one with the black here for the sink, something a little bit different. And then still having the Kent Moore cabinets throughout. With a different design, with a darker wrap all the way around the island versus the other countertop, staying white. I do wish they added some handles, but it's something you can add afterwards, not a big deal. And then the underlighting is nice. We have that effect also underneath the cabinets. And then just more storage over there too, however you'd want to use that. A little bit odd. Again, I guess this would be kind of formal dining, and then living room with the TV right there. Or actually, I take that back, TV right here, because that's how they have, pre-wired it already. So kind of pushed back a little bit for your couch. Pretty good sized back patio space with this one. No fan installed. And then looks like we have just empty lots behind us. I'll try to get up taller so y'all can see. So I'm a little surprised for how many empty lots I'm seeing. When I spoke with the sales rep, she said that they are basically at the end, they're selling out and then moving to a different location. So I would think the empty lots are also going to be Highland, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. But that's definitely going to be something there. I don't think you're gonna have an empty space there. Good amount of space for your yard though, and I like that it's relatively flat. And again, the natural light coming in through that door is quite nice. Okay, living area. So this is where you would put your seating. Right there, kitchen right there, drinks over here. Again, good amount of natural light coming in. They did put carpet in the primary, which I'm not a big fan of. I have cats and dogs, so I just see carpet as something that will need to be replaced eventually. Some people like carpet though. Typically they don't own pets, but I have had a couple clients that prefer carpet. This is kind of sad. It's the exact same. So I was hoping with different floor plan, we're gonna have a different primary bath, but this is the exact same. I will say this closet is bigger, but as far as the layout of everything else, it's the same as what we saw earlier. Definitely prefer this flooring here for the walk-in showers, a little bit more interesting. Again, I wish they did something different for the tile in the shower compared to the tile on the floor. It all feels kind of samey as you're walking through here. Could have been a little bit more customized. All right, so now we're gonna go upstairs. Stairs are definitely located more central than the previous home. So we have carpeted stairs. I think the upstairs overall has a better flow than the previous layout. So it opens up immediately to this centralized area with doors going off 3 corners. Really good amount of space up here. And if we walk straight, here's our first bedroom. Okay sized bedroom, not too big. Pretty typical closet space. Going into, again, a Jack and Jill style bathroom, but way less narrow than the previous one. They did a better job with designing this one. That leads us to the second bedroom upstairs. I think we have a little bench there that's nice, looking out to the front of the home. And beyond, you can see all those empty lots that will eventually be built on by one of the 5 builders in Crosswinds. This is weird, having a side light kind of shining in your face, especially for being a tall guy. I wish they just didn't put that there at all. We have linen closet. This gets us back to the primary landing. We're looking down the entrance here. Oh, weird. I didn't even notice that. That's a straight up like area for people to be in. And then this opens up to a large landing again. We can see that's the entrance right there. It's really odd too. I just noticed this. There's a huge amount of space there. I mean, you could put something in there. Yeah, that's a little concerning actually, how much space you have in that area. And then this is just the attic. They have it locked right now. And then we have a little theater room right here, which is cool. I mean, you can use it however you want. I see this as a theater room. Not terribly massive, but it's a nice little addition here off the side of the landing. So there you have it. Those are Highland Homes. You know, a nice thing about my job and these videos is I don't work for any of these builders. I can be brutally honest. Crosswinds has 5 builders. I just did some tours of Milestone Homes, a different builder in Crosswinds, right before this one. And I much prefer the Milestone Homes purely because of the price. I would encourage you to check out that video if you haven't already to see what I'm talking about, but you can get a large home like this with a theater room that's already pre-wired for a surround sound system for $400,000. And this is $480,000, so this is a much higher price point. If you are price conscious of that, that's definitely something to, you know, Crosswinds is a great community, not just because of the location, the amenities, but also you have options, so many options with which builder you want to go with. So that's something to think about. I like these homes. It's purely just the price comparison. You know, 2 hours ago, I was just walking through a $400,000 home. It's a no-brainer. I would go with that one over this one. But that being said, that's a deal. That one came back on market. That's why it's priced so low. So you also have to keep an eye out for these things. If you're not, you know, working with a realtor right now, definitely reach out to me. I have a lot of people who aren't thinking of moving anytime soon, but they know they want to keep an eye on a certain location. They've contacted me, and I just kind of keep them updated when I see a good deal that might be a good fit for them. So it doesn't matter if you're looking to move in 9 days or 90 days. You can give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, or schedule a Zoom call. Love to help you and your family find a great deal, great home, in a great neighborhood in the greater Austin area. Until next time, I hope to see you around town.